Hello there. I hope you like my red on red on red look today because we're gonna be talking about periods yet again. I get a lot of questions from you all out there asking me, what should I use for my period? What are my options? Today, I'm gonna be talking about 3 different ways to manage your period: pads, tampons, and menstrual cups. These are the most common forms of period managing products, and they're also the most accessible. So there are lots of other things out there, but today we're gonna be focused on those 3. First up is my personal fave and the one that I can personally speak to the most. Yep, I'm a pad girl and I'm proud to say it. Pads have pretty much been my preference since day 1 of having my period. So I'm gonna start off with the biggest pad here, which is meant for a heavier flow and also for overnight wear. Usually pads come in some kind of wrapping like this. This is what this pad looks like when you open it up. So there is a strip here that basically unlocks the wings on the side, and wings on a pad are meant to wrap around your underwear so your pad stays in place and doesn't move around. It's basically for more security. I personally prefer wings because I move around a lot and I'm also a side sleeper too, so I find that wings help keep everything in place. You may be thinking, oh my gosh, this kind of looks like a diaper, and you know what? It kind of is. But there really is a lot of personal preference when it comes to your body, just in general, and especially when you're managing your period. Some people like a thinner pad and some people like a thicker pad that's closer to their body because it feels more secure and it gives them comfort. So it's really just about figuring out what works for you. So this part here goes at the front of your underwear, and then this is the main kind of capture point for your period. And then at the end, it gets wider and larger. And that's because a lot of times when you sleep, your period kind of goes everywhere, and that is definitely a problem that I have experienced and that I have had to deal a lot with. That is an overnight option. These 2 pads are pretty similar. This one is meant for a slightly heavier flow and it's a little bit longer than this one, but you can see that they're both very thin. Opening this up, it's the same as the other one. Oh, and I forgot to mention on the back of these is adhesive, so it sticks onto your underwear. This pad also has wings, has that center bit. It's not as long and it's not as thick, but it does a great job at catching the blood. That's what you want. There will be a size comparison at the end so you can see what all of these products look like next to each other, and you can really get a better feel for them. So this is the slightly smaller one. It's not as long. It's also great for when your period starts to lighten up or if you just have a lighter flow in general. These are little tiny pads slash panty liners that I like to wear at the very end of my period. So when it's almost finished, but not quite, like I can't go full on bare with my underwear because stuff is still coming out. This is my savior right here. This little tiny pad wrapped in very cute packaging. This is tiny, but it's definitely absorbent. So it's great for the end of your period. And also if you're somebody that wears a tampon and you just want a little bit of extra security, but you don't want to wear a full-size pad, this is great for that. And then this is more like a daily panty liner that you can wear, and I actually really enjoy wearing these because it just helps keep your underwear cleaner. If you experience discharge, then you know what I'm talking about. You don't just get it on your period, you get it just whenever on a daily basis. This thin little liner just helps grab all of that. It's absorbent and you change them out every day. Helps keep your underwear cleaner and it also helps them last longer. I also really like these because they're really flexible and you can't feel these. So they will wrap around any kind of underwear shape and just kind of move with your body. All right, moving on to Tamps for all you champs out there. Not that people that don't wear tampons aren't champs, I just like saying Tamps for champs. These are organic cotton tampons. They are borrowed because I personally don't wear tampons, but I have worn them before. And the reason why I don't like wearing tampons is because they're physically just uncomfortable for me. I've tried a bunch of different types. I just feel a little bit ill wearing them too. So, you know, they're just not the method for me, but they work for a lot of people. So tampons usually come wrapped in a little wrapper like this. This one is very cute with the little daisies on it. Inside is the actual tampon itself. It kind of looks like a little rocket or something, like whee, here we go. So this one in particular has an applicator, but there are some that don't have applicators, and sometimes the applicators are cardboard, sometimes they're plastic. It really just depends on the tampon that you get. And they also come in different sizes and different absorbency levels. To put a tampon in, you first want to make sure that your hands are clean because you do have to insert this into your body. Second, you want to find the position that's going to be most comfortable for you. Some people like putting one foot on top of the toilet. Some people sit on the toilet and do it and kind of spread their legs. You can really kind of move around and figure out over time what is gonna work best for you. So with this, let's pretend this is your body and this is your opening right there. So you would take this and push it up. Usually there's some kind of line or little texture on the tampon to show you about how far the tampon should be inserted inside your body, but everybody's different. So if you can only get it in that much, that's fine. If you can go that far, that's great too. From here, you're gonna push this bottom part up, and then the tampon gets released into your body, and then you just pull the rest away like that. The string hangs out of your body so you can pull it out later, and then this sits nicely inside. And that's it. To show you how a tampon works, since we can't go inside the human body, I'm gonna dip this tampon into a glass of water and you'll see how it expands. So that's essentially what happens inside your body when you have your period and you're wearing a tampon. And now different tampons expand differently. Some expand in more of like a fan shape. This one is more rectangular, so they do vary, but they all essentially blossom when they get wet. If it's your first time using a tampon, or if you're thinking about using a tampon and you feel nervous and scared, that's totally okay and totally normal because you are putting something inside your body. So I feel ya on that. I totally felt the same way. My advice in this situation is to explore your body a little bit, use a mirror to, you know, figure out where things are, where you're gonna be putting the tampon in, what position might be more comfortable for you. And if you can't get it in the first time or the first few times or ever, that's okay too. Tampons are also meant to be changed more often than pads. With pads, you can just kind of leave them hanging out, but with tampons, you have to stay on top of the time that you're wearing them. Usually, it's an 8-hour window. I know people in my life who wear tampons usually switch over to a pad at night, so that way they have peace of mind and they don't have to worry about sleeping over that 8-hour window. Say hello to our little friend, the menstrual cup. This is an option for people who want something reusable and also something that you can wear longer. You can wear a menstrual cup for up to 12 hours, and they also last for up to 10 years. Now that doesn't mean leaving it in your body for 10 years. It means that you can keep reusing it for the span of 10 years. I have not yet used a menstrual cup, but I'm considering it, mostly because it allows you to learn more about your period. This is the part where your period catches. And there's also measurement lines on the cup, so you can see exactly how much you're menstruating and learn more about your body and your cycle, which I think is really awesome. Menstrual cups are also less likely to leak, and from people that I know who wear them, they say that they can't feel them at all and they just really love having that peace of mind. Another fun fact is that period blood only develops an odor when it's exposed to air. So because this catches your period when it's inside of your body, it eliminates odor. So basically, you let it fill up and then you take it out and you dump it out, and you do have to clean it. So I feel like that's the one part of this that is a little bit more labor intensive as opposed to tossing it in a can. You do have to be in a position where you can rinse it. How do you put this thing in your body? Let me show you a couple ways. We're gonna get nice and close for this. Option one is to fold it over like this to create a little taco slash smile slash U shape. Once you have a good hold on it, it would then be inserted inside of you like that. Now with the menstrual cup, you're gonna have to be more comfortable with putting something inside of you and possibly your fingers as well. Because unlike a tampon, there's nothing shooting it up there for you. You have to physically insert it yourself. Here's option 2 for inserting a menstrual cup. Put your finger on the rim and then press down and in towards the bottom of the cup. Then grab the sides like this. So this is the part that would get inserted first, and you can see that this is a lot smaller than the other option. So then from here, it goes in like that, and then all the way in. This is how the menstrual cup will sit when it's inside of your body. So to remove it, you wanna grab the stem here at the bottom and slowly pull it out until you can get right to this base area and pinch it, and then pull everything else out. I'm sure there are probably other ways to do this, but these are the most common ways of inserting a menstrual cup and taking it out. But if you're somebody that does it a different way that you think would be really helpful for other people to know, go down into the comments and let the peeps know. Also, because I wanna know, because I am considering trying a menstrual cup myself. So as promised, here is an overview of all the things that I talked about today. You can see all of the different sizes. I put my iPhone down so you can kind of get a size comparison and see how wide, how long things are. But just know that there are many, many other options out there for you. These are just some. So when it comes down to the original question of what period product should I use, it's really up to your personal preference, and it does take some experimentation and trying things along the way and figuring out what works for you, your body, and your cycle. I am thinking about doing a video on organic products for people who are interested in the organic world. So if you would like to see that, let me know down below, and I will definitely keep you guys updated if and when I try the menstrual cup, because I feel like that would definitely be an experience. Faux show. An experience that I would be excited to share, TBH. If you have any questions or helpful tips, please leave them down below. I'll be responding to as many comments as I can because I love talking about bodies and this type of stuff. Personally, I find all of this fascinating, and I always learn something new from you. So until next time, happy periods, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.